Okay, so my husband just came in and was very unhappy with me because I had put the orchid in the sunshine, which I didn't realise you are not supposed to put orchids in the sunshine. So he's whisked it downstairs back into its dark place, I think in the dining room, and he thinks that I may have killed it, so I really hope I didn't. It's now absent, as you can see. Hopefully roses are going to be okay in the sun. So anyway, where was I? So House of Fraser. Yes, I had that job when I was about 21, and when I was working there I had the opportunity to shadow the manager. They offered me a kind of permanent job after my temporary job, and at the time I was working for the civil service and I was doing a degree, and so I went with my head rather than with my heart, and I didn't take that job. Main reason, because there was zero money in selling perfume. I was on absolute peanuts. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely adored it. But I couldn't justify £3, £54, something like that, an hour that it was when I worked there. And that was a real disappointment to me, and another kind of nail in the coffin of my perfume dreams, really. And I look back to this day and wonder, if I had have taken that job, you know, could I have worked my way up in some way, and, you know, could I have made a go of it, and would I be happier now had I followed my heart and my dreams rather than my head? And the answer is I really don't know. But anyway, I really loved that job. And then the year after that, maybe a couple of years later, the dream of perfume, my love of perfume, you know, hadn't gone away. And I was working in my civil service job and doing my studies, and just on a whim really thought, oh, I'm going to go to the Fragrance Foundation Awards in London, which I did. It's around about 2005, I think. I went to those awards. They were at the Dorchester Hotel in London that year, and just had an absolute, you know, amazing time. I mean, to this day, it's probably one of the best nights of my life. Just surreal, you know, celebrities everywhere, bumping into Catherine Jenkins in the ladies' toilet, and you know, walking by Denise Lewis, and as if it's, you know, just everyday, you know, shopping or something, you know, no big deal. But actually it's like, hang on, that was Catherine Jenkins in the toilet drying her hands. Had a particularly embarrassing moment at those awards, probably one of the most embarrassing moments that I've ever had in my life, where I was talking to this man who was pretty unremarkable, I have to say, kind of middle-aged man, you know, just talking to him, and he introduced himself as Clive Christian, to which I responded, "Oh, I've never heard of you before." He said, "Oh, well, my perfume is very exclusive. You know, you can only get it in like Harrods. It's very very exclusive. In fact, I make the most expensive perfume in the world." And I was thinking, this guy's full of beep, you know, this guy. And I was like, oh really? Yeah, great, okay, whatever you say. Really didn't believe him at all, and had never heard of him, which is my mortification, was I'd never heard of this man. And then, of course, to my horror, he went up to accept an award for whatever it was. And I realised, actually, he is genuine. You know, he is this person. You know, he's obviously won an award. He's done something. And went away and Googled him, and of course realised that actually, yes, he's pretty big, and yes, he does market and make the most expensive perfume in the world. So to this day, I am very embarrassed about not knowing my stuff there. And for any of you out there who haven't heard of Clive Christian and say you like perfume, probably do a bit of research on him, or you'll end up feeling really stupid like I did. But anyway, that was a real highlight of, you know, oh, I've had a message to say my battery's low. Let me close that. There we go. It's because I'm talking far too much. So the thing was, I went to these fragrance awards, and I drove away in the taxi from those awards. I can remember the black cab picking me up back to my hotel, and this little voice inside my head that we've all got, and sometimes we listen and sometimes we ignore it, was saying, Sam, this is not for you. This isn't for you. Go back to your 9-to-5 job. Go back to the real world. Stop being silly. Stop thinking that you can do something with perfume in your life. Those people can do that. They're doing it. They're successful. You know, they make perfumes, or they market perfumes. They're in that world. You're not in that world. You're not gonna do anything in that world, and give it up, because it's never gonna happen. And that was the voice in my head. And from that moment of driving away, that's been the case. And I don't know why I felt like that. I don't know if it's a lack of self-esteem on my part, that I thought I wasn't good enough to be at those awards. Like, who was I? I just was someone who liked perfume. And from that moment, it was buried, and I've carried on with my quote-unquote normal existence. You know, I've gone into teaching. I've been a teacher now for 7 years. I've absolutely loved teaching, in that, you know, it's a life-changing job, absolutely. But is it where my heart lies? This is what I'm grappling with. Is there a way that I can do something more with perfume? You know, what can I do? And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out my perfume collection. And in my next video, I'm going to have a look at it. Now, I haven't looked at it for a long time. I haven't had those perfumes out. They're currently in a cupboard, a dark cupboard. I can't remember what I've got in there, really. I know that to work I've just been wearing like the same Armani, I think it's Armani L or something. No, it's not Armani L. Armani She, something like that. I've been just wearing that, a pretty nondescript kind of generic, inoffensive daytime smell for God knows how long. I've been wearing that and just kind of pretending that that's okay. And actually I'm realising that no, it's not okay, and it's not what I want. I don't want to hide my passion anymore. And even if it just becomes a lot more of a hobby for me to explore perfume, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I want. So in video number 2, I'm going to be getting out my perfume collection from the dark, bringing it into the light, and having a look through it. So if you're interested to come back and have a look at my perfume collection, please do subscribe and look out for my next video. And I'm also planning on going right back to the beginning, and I'm going to be going back to learn about different fragrance families. I'm starting with florals, and I'm going to be looking particularly at rose fragrances. So I'm going right back to basics with learning about those perfumes. So if you'd like to come on the journey with me and learn more about perfume, and if like me, you know, you don't know that you pronounce Chypre, I know now, but I've got my books back out and had a good read through, and you know, Chypre and Fougère, and you know, if like me, you're still a little bit, you know, I'm not really that sure about that. I know I love perfume. I know I've got a lot of perfumes, but actually the ins and outs I'm not that sure about. You know, carry on watching, and these are some of the things that I'm going to be finding out and exploring, hopefully along with some other perfume enthusiasts like myself. So I do hope you've enjoyed my video today, and please do join me next time. And I'm now going to go back to my babies and hope that I can find a bit of time to do some research on those rose fragrances, particularly the soliflores. That's what I'm interested in looking at next. Okay, have a fantastic Mother's Day, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye bye.